Thousands march for abortion rights across U.S., rallying for abortion justice and defending Roe v. Wade on Saturday in the face of increasing Republican attacks on reproductive rights as well as the impending Supreme Court showdown. Women and allies from throughout the United States and across the globe went to the streets. Demonstrators thronged Washington, D.C., New York City, Los Angeles, and more than 600 other towns and cities throughout the country on January 21, according to Women's March, the organizing group for the protest. Regardless of where you live or where you are, this time is terrible, it is dark, but that is why we are here, Planned Parenthood President Alexis McGill Johnson told protesters in Washington, D.C., "It is our responsibility to conceive of light, even when we cannot see it. It is our responsibility to transform suffering into meaning. It is our responsibility to transform suffering into strength." More than 10,000 people showed up in Houston to protest SB 8, Texas's harsh abortion legislation enacted earlier this year by Republican Governor Greg Abbott. "This is an unprecedented assault on reproductive rights," said Rachel O'Leary Carmona, executive director of the Women's March in Washington. "Many of us who raised concerns about abortion availability were told we were crazy and that Roe v. Wade would never be reversed," Carmona told USA Today. "However, it is now abundantly apparent that our concerns were reasonable and proportional. To be sure, the conservative supermajority of the Supreme Court will consider a case challenging Mississippi's near-total abortion prohibition." Last week, almost all House Democrats voted to approve the Women's Health Protection Act, WHPA, in reaction to the Texas legislation and growing concerns that the Supreme Court would overturn Roe. It would provide doctors and patients access to abortion care free of medically unjustified restrictions, limits, and bans that delay or impede access to abortion treatment, according to Equal Access to Abortion Everywhere. It will be difficult to pass the bill in the Senate because of the opposition of anti-choice Democrats Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Bob Casey, DPA. Senator Elizabeth Warren said on Twitter on Saturday that the majority of Americans support the right to an abortion that is both safe and legal. At Saturday's marches, speakers highlighted the damage caused by anti-choice legislation. As soon as the Texas legislation went into force,